Hi class, welcome to week 7. I wanted to go over the assignments for this week because it seemed like people were struggling last week with some of the assignments that we had to do, and you're going to be basically repeating those kind of assignments with a new article for this week. So I'm here in modules for our class, and the first thing I want to do is draw your attention to the fact I put up the essay prompt for the final essay that's going to be due for this unit. So what we're going to be doing is writing a response essay, where you choose one of the two readings on happiness that we've been doing. You choose one of those and you're going to write a longer response. That's why we've been working on doing the response paragraphs, the analysis paragraphs, and the summary. Part of this essay is that you're going to be writing a summary of the article, and then you'll be writing a longer response to it. I'll let you go ahead and read this prompt on your own, and we'll be talking more in depth about this next week. But I wanted to let you know kind of what the goal is that we're working towards with reading these couple articles, I should say. So for this week, we have a discussion board post, just timely news that Columbia had just recently been named the second happiest city in America. So I want you to do a discussion board post and talk with each other that way about this article and this ranking. So that's one of the things that you'll be doing for next week. Note I said try to post by Tuesday night, put your post so that other people have time to respond to it by Thursday. Then the big assignment is that we have a new article, right? So now we're going to be reading There's More to Life Than Being Happiness. We had read last week A Better Kind of Happiness. This week we're going to read There's More to Life Than Being Happy. And we're going to do the same things with it we did last week. We're going to write a summary and we're going to write a response paragraph. What I noticed last week is that a lot of people are trying to go very quickly to get their assignments done. Remember that this is an online class. Students who take this class face-to-face have 4 hours of face-to-face instruction. Okay, that's why sometimes I'm giving you a lot of details here, because I'm not there to talk to you and tell you how to do these things. And so unfortunately, the best way to do that is by writing out and giving you a lot of information. I'm expecting you to read that information. I'm expecting you to click on the hyperlinks. And all of that, I promise you, is designed to make you successful in doing these assignments. For a lot of you in the assignments last week, it seemed like you didn't even look at some of the materials that I provided for you. I feel like it is step-by-step instructions. If you're having trouble, please contact me or contact Christy, and we're happy to meet with you to go over the assignments. So for next week, due on Tuesday, the first thing you need to do is go ahead and read the article. I said print it out if you have access to a printer. I like to print things out myself. I like to be able to interact with the text, writing on it with a pen. I find that the easiest way for me to comprehend text. If you don't have access to a printer, then go ahead and read it online. But then take your notes as though you're annotating it in the margins. Take your notes on a separate sheet of paper. So there's the link to the article, and I linked to the original too, which was published in the Atlantic magazine, because I think it's good sometimes to see it in its original form. The best way, the easiest way to write a summary is to take good notes as you're reading, because that helps you make sure that you're understanding everything that you read. So read the article, highlight it, annotate it. I'm not collecting those annotations, but you'll have those, and hopefully it will help with your comprehension of the article. Okay, then for the assignment, I want you to fill out this note organizer. All right. It asks first about the rhetorical situation, the article, the topic, right? Our unit is happiness. So the topic is happiness, but happiness and what? Then for the author, I want you to do more than just put the author's name. I want you to look up and see if this is a reliable or credible author. Is it somebody who you believe? For the audience, instead of just guessing who you think should read that article, look up the audience for the publication. This is published in the Atlantic magazine. So either go to the Atlantic magazine and go to the About section and try to determine who reads the Atlantic magazine, or you can go to Wikipedia and Wikipedia the Atlantic magazine, and that will tell you about who the audience is for that publication. Those are the people who are going to have access to and read this article, the people who read that publication. All right, in terms of purpose, the purpose is pretty much one of two purposes. Either it's just to inform, so the author doesn't really take a stand or a position, or it's to persuade. Okay, and you know it's to persuade if you know that the author is arguing for a certain point. For organization, a lot of you must have not looked at the example. For organization, you put the name of the publication that it was published in. For organization, I mean, how is the article organized? Is it problem solution? Is it compare contrast? Does it give examples like the first essay did? Those are all types of organizations. So think about how the author organizes the information. And then, of course, the author's point is the main point of the article, the thesis statement. Think of it that way. All right. I have this kind of condensed so it would fit on one page. But if you want to, this is a Google Doc. You can always go up to File, make a copy, and then you can edit and type right on this document, and you can make these bigger. All right. I have it broken down into sections, right? So paragraphs 1 through 4 about Viktor Frankl, paragraphs 5 through 10 about the benefits of having meaning, paragraphs 11 through 16, how to get meaning, 17 to 23, what Frankl learned, and 24, ultimately. Okay, so I want you also to, those are the sections of the essay. I broke it down like this so that you could kind of see the author's organizational pattern as well as be able to see all the main points in the article, right? This is designed to help you write a summary of this article. And so where it says, I want you to give a summary, go ahead and type your summary in there about what it says in paragraphs 1 through 4. Sum it up in a sentence or 2 sentences. All right. Think about what does it do, this section. Paragraphs 1 through 4, we know one thing it does is introduce the topic. It's an introduction. What else does it do? Things an article can, things a paragraph can do are things like be an introduction, conclude, or it can provide an example, give statistics, give quotes from experts, present the results of a study like in the last article. All of those things are what an article could do, or what a paragraph, I should say, could do. And then the comments for your response are to help you remember when you write your response how you felt about the article. So that's your own writing, how you felt about those paragraphs, that area. So I want you to fill this in. Again, this is to help you be able to write a good and successful summary. So that's the first part of this assignment, is filling that out. And then the second part is to go ahead and write that summary. Use this summary template. I could tell many of you didn't use the summary template because many of you didn't put the title and the author of the text first thing. Okay, the way you use this is you can say in the article, so it says A, text type. So you go down here, types of text. I'll give you a hint. This one is an article again, okay? So in the article, I'm confusing the two articles now. There's More to Life Than Being Happy by Emily something. You can look that up. Then I'm going to pick a verb. So Emily, maybe she explores, and then give the main idea of what you had put on that organizer. Then it says continue the summary by including the author's main points. Go ahead and just pretty much write what you wrote on those on the organizer, right? It should be each, maybe a sentence for each section. Those are the author's main points. And then you say ultimately what author's name is trying to convey through her article is, and then state the main point again. So that's how to use the summary template. If the template is confusing for you, and then by all means don't use the template, but you still need to have the basics of summary. Let me close this. All right, your summary still must have a first sentence that introduces the title of the article. Everything should be written in your own words with no quotes. You should have all the key points, and your concluding sentence should state the main point. Again, there should be no quotes from the article and no opinions. Some of you said things like, in this, well-written article. That's an opinion. Just state the facts. Okay, so for this assignment for Monday, you're going to submit both your organizer, and then you'll have to hit the resubmit button to submit your summary. If you want to put them on the same document, that's fine. And then there's a quiz to test your comprehension of the article. I'm going to go fast through the last assignment. Is to do what we did with the last article, is again, now you're going to write a response and analysis paragraph. So for the analysis, again, I gave you a template for the rhetorical précis. All right, same kind of thing as the last one. All right, author's name in the article, title. He argues that. You could use the same sentence that you use for your summary. Major assertion. Okay, how does he do that? That's where we're talking about the organization type. So they provide examples. In the last article, you might have said the author uses 3 different studies to show how happiness can affect the human genome. So that's what you might put there. The author's purpose is, again, either to inform or to persuade you. What are they trying to persuade you of? Think about the author's tone. It gives you a lot of different ideas about tone here. And there's a link to other tones. Think about who the audience, again, think about who the audience for the publication is. Ultimately, what the author, name them, is trying to convey through her type is blank. All right. So this makes you think about and write about the rhetorical situation. Again, it's very specific directions. So I want you to make sure that you're following these specific directions. Let me go back to the assignment. For me, it helps me to look at a mentor text or look at how somebody else did something so I know how to do it. So I've given you a mentor text. If you want to say, I don't understand what you want, this is what I want. Exactly, right? So I want to have your summary, your response. I don't need your organizer. Oh, does this not have a Précis on it? I think there's an example of the Précis on the Précis assignment. If there is an example of a Précis, I'll put that in before you do the assignment. But this gives you an idea about what I want to see. So if you have other questions, please get in contact with me or get in contact with Christy. If you feel like you're falling behind, and some of you are in this class, make sure to set up a meeting with me. Let's get you on track. There are still plenty of points left. It is still very possible for you to pass this class. So make sure you're reading the directions carefully. Make sure you're reaching out when you need help. And good luck. I look forward to reading more great work from all of you. Thanks. Bye-bye.